Vayakhel-Perkudei. I'm going to learn with you a verse, the biblical text together with Rashi. I cannot tell you how much I identify with this verse and how important I think it is as a guidepost for your own lives. Let's study the verse together. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 39, verse 33. And they brought the sanctuary to Moshe. All of its vessels, all of its implements, all of its beams, everything that was within it. And after everything was completed, the individual accoutrements or furnishings, and the outer walls and curtains, they brought everything to Moses. Listen to Rashi, who obviously quotes the Midrash. Shelo hayu yecholim lahakimo. The people were not able to lift up the sanctuary. Ulefi shelo asa Moshe shum melacha b'mishkan. Since Moses hadn't done any previous work in actually building the sanctuary, he collected all of the necessary funds, all of the necessary material for the sanctuary, but he didn't do any of the physical work. God left to Moses the task of actually erecting it. Because there was no other human being who could have possibly erected it. Because of the heaviness of the beams. Moses erected it, established it. Moses said before the Holy One, blessed be He, this is too large, too complicated, too complex. There's no person who can possibly erect it. The Holy One, blessed be He, says to Moses, Asok ata biyadecha. You just busy yourself, busy your hands, begin to deal with it. Nir'eh kemekimo. It will appear as if you're actually causing it to stand. V'hu nizkaf v'kama elav. It will stand and rise by itself. For me, this is one of the most personal of all of the midrashim of the Torah. Every Shabbat morning, I go to the synagogue where there are SHMOT, occasions of joy. And if there are many, so between Friday evening and Shabbat morning and Shabbat afternoon, I can sometimes visit 6, 7 synagogues of Efrat. And I enjoy it very, very much. Sometimes the synagogue that I visit is almost an hour away from my house, or more than an hour away from my house. But nevertheless, I enjoy it very much. Because although I'm credited with having established Efrat, and the truth is I was the junior partner, there was a wonderful senior partner named Moshe Moshkovitz. Nevertheless, I never dreamt that Efrat would emerge as it has, with 7 hills and 36 synagogues, and still going very strong and continuing to build. We're now in the midst of building 500 more units, and replete with all kinds of religious academies and yeshivot and collegiate programs and rabbinical school. and women's college graduate studies. And I realized one thing. Maybe it looked as if I was building it. It was built by itself with the invisible hands of God. I was just involved in starting the process. And I believe that's what God is saying to every single person. And the Mishkan, the sanctuary, is a metaphor for everything. If there's a project standing before you, and you feel daunted by it, but it's a project that's l'shem shamayim, for the sake of heaven, and you think that God would like to see this project go forth, it looks like it's too difficult, don't be deterred. Asok ata biyadecha. Just begin to try to make it happen. And it may look as if you're doing it. It will happen by itself with the invisible hands of God. Habol taher, one who comes to purify, misayin lo, will be aided from above. That's truly my experience. And then you too will be able to say that the realization of the dream is even greater than the original dream was. Shabbat Shalom.